Dave,
Marco?
how you doing?
Good. Yourself?
Tired, but alive.
Alive is good.
Alive is good. It's all you can ask for sometimes. So last episode we had a look at our personal favorite cards.
Yeah, that was a fun one. And that's what I feel like collecting should be about, just having fun.
Yeah, exactly. I think this series kind of reminded me of that a lot because there's a lot of FOMO and I get caught up in that sometimes. But very much enjoyed this. Today's episode, we're going to be looking at sets.
So that's an interesting one because how do you define sets? I think there's a variety of ways of defining sets.
Yeah, exactly. And then even within that, there are subsets, if you will, and different things. But we'll jump into it. So this is episode 6 and part 4 of what to collect in terms of options. So the 3 things we want to look at today are the main sets, which are also referred to as the expansion sets. Number 2, the miscellaneous sets.
So like Black Star promos.
Yeah, exactly. Good. All right.
Southern Islands or something?
Yeah, that would fall into that as well.
Yeah.
And then lastly, collections.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't actually know if it's an official term, but we're going to use it.
We'll use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So let's jump into the main sets. So these are, as I mentioned before, they're also referred to as expansion sets. These days, actually, it's not even these days. They're pretty much always, since the early 2000s, pumped out 6 sets a year.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah, including the holiday expansions, which I will include in the main sets category because they're very much sought after and are usually about the same size.
True.
The big difference with those is you can't buy them in booster boxes.
Yes, they have to be in those big packs.
Yeah,
Special packs.
ETBs or collection boxes, a whole bunch of things there. But they're, much of a muchness, really. Generally speaking, somewhere between 100 and 250 cards.
Yes, and some go way up.
Well, when you add the reverse holos in, I mean, the biggest ever set is still Fusion Strike with 502 cards, I believe, including reverse holos. Yes, that's a lot. And, I mean, the sets, just for reference, as you can see in the image below me, below us, they have their symbols. These are the older ones from Wizards of the Coast and the EX series. Now with Scarlet and Violet, they tend to have the first 3-letter abbreviation.
The letters. And look, these are cool, design-wise, but they're hard to tell what they are.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad they made that transition. Because the Japanese cards and sets have always used those letter combinations.
Yes, they have.
From the beginning. So it's been, easy. I'm glad we're there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll do a pop quiz with you afterwards and see how many of those you can name.
Yeah, later.
I reckon 10 is a good score.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll get to that after.
We get there.
So with the main sets, there are a few considerations. Number 1, as we always go back to in this collector series, it's about price.
So your budget.
Yeah, exactly. They can be expensive or hard to complete. Can be both.
Correct. Because some might have crazy chase cards that go for insane amounts at the moment.
Exactly. And the different ways that you can collect the sets. Basically, you can pull them from packs, which is when you'd buy booster boxes, collection boxes, whatever it is. And a sealed product, essentially.
And open and hope for the best.
Yeah. I think that's the priciest way, realistically.
It is, but it is also the most fun way, I reckon.
If you can afford to, absolutely. Yeah. But you can be buying... But these days, it's also hard to get your hands on enough products.
Correct.
So might also just be impossible. Anyway, option number 2 is to purchase the whole set in one go.
So let someone do the job for you.
Yeah.
Collect it and then sell, and you buy the whole completed set in one go.
I'd love to know how people do that. If they just genuinely open up enough stuff, or possibly. They do the third option, which I think is also quite realistic, is purchase in parts.
Purchase in parts, yeah.
Or a combination of 1 and 2 as well. So it can be that you purchase part of the set that someone else put together and then finish off buying the singles, essentially. The thing is, with the sets, you can end up with a lot of cards you don't really care about. As you said before, there are a lot of chase cards.
Yeah. I mean, especially if you're pulling from packs, you'll get a lot of bulk that you've already got multiple duplicates of that you won't need.
But I asked the question as well, how many cards are there in a set that you will just never look at again? That you'll be interested in the chase cards or the full arts, the secret rares, whatever. But then you've got a whole bunch of commons that make up the set that you kind of just are indifferent towards.
Yeah.
So that's just another factor to consider. And then lastly, it can be quite hard to sell master sets.
Yeah, because they usually cost quite a bit as well. Yeah,
exactly. And I think people, when they collect, they tend to... I think the majority of people would be after individual cards rather than the entire set. I don't fall into that category.
You fall into the I buy a whole set
category. I very much took, as I've said before, the got to collect them all way too literally. Trying to anyway. Okay, so then these are just some examples of the main expansion sets from the Sword and Shield era series.
Era.
But just to give you an idea, there are plenty. I think in Sword and Shield there are about 15. There are usually about 15 in every series. All right. Now this slide is from a friend who started collecting with his children, and he kind of got lost up in all the terminology around sets.
Yep.
So I thought we'd just do a quick breakdown of them and try and explain them. So number one, near complete or part complete sets. Basically is when, if you, most often on eBay, but I'm sure there are other avenues, Facebook, Marketplace, etc., where you buy what someone else has opened up a bunch of packs and they haven't completed the entire set, and they'll just go, this is what I bought, near complete, part complete. A lot of the time the listings will have a percentage.
Yep.
And just say, buy this.
Yep.
Now, you never pay full price for that, obviously.
No.
And
but
usually...
there are missing cards.
Exactly. And usually the cards that are missing...
are the expensive ones.
Exactly. No surprises there.
All the hard to pull ones.
Yeah. So my suggestion with this one is if you are going to buy a near complete or part complete set with the intention of finishing it, make sure you know how much the missing cards are worth. Very, very important. Then you have a complete or master base starter set.
Okay, explain.
So it's either a complete base set or a complete starter set, or a master base set or a master starter set. So we'll have a look at complete and master in a second to differentiate between the two. The point here is really about the base or starter, which are base and starter are two words used interchangeably. And it's all of the cards up until the end of the set number, which essentially means it doesn't include the secret rares.
Right.
Or, anything. So if a card has, say, set has 100 cards in it, for example, these days in the Pokemon TCG, they have a whole bunch of secret rares.
That go over that number.
Yeah, so it'll be like 101 of 100. In a base or starter set, they won't have those secret rares.
Right. Okay.
And, that's just important to note. The complete set, and this is relevant to the above in regards to complete, has one variant of every card.
Okay.
So if you have a look at the image below, with the Charmanders, the Charmeleons, for example, or any of them really, you can see that there's a regular card and a reverse holo.
Yep.
So in a complete set, it will only have one of those.
Okay. So it doesn't matter which one.
Correct.
So it'll be a set that has a mixture of normal cards and reverse holo cards.
Yeah. So when I started collecting, when I turned 21, many, many years ago now, I only collected complete sets, and I very much regret that because I missed out on all the reverse holos because that's all they really had. They didn't have the reverse then. Now I think reverse holos are a lot cheaper and a lot easier to pull, so you probably have a bit more of a mix. Most of them will be the regular non-holo versions. But you will get all of the half art cards, shall we say. So if you have a look in this is from Evolutions, these cards from Evolutions. You can see the two Charizards in the middle, those would be included. There's no reverse holo version of that, so you'd still get those, but you wouldn't get the secret rares.
Okay.
Just to point out. Then you have a master set, which has one of every card that can be pulled from packs.
Yep. Okay, so like the normal version, the reverse holo, plus the secret rares.
Correct.
Everything in between, basically.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
What it doesn't have, and again, using the cards below, is you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, depending which way you're looking at it, where the three Charizards are. The first, you've got the regular holo, you've got the reverse holo, and then the third one is actually a pre-release card, because it's got the evolution stamp on it.
So that master sets don't include that?
No, typically not.
Usually. Yep.
Exactly. Okay. So that one that was only pulled from pre-release events, basically, or they came in Battle Stadium, sealed deck things, whatever you want to call them. That generally won't be included as a master set. Some people will add them and say promos included.
Yep.
Keep an eye out for that.
But usually not.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't include them. Where they start to get included is when you get a Grandmaster set.
Oh, there's another level after this.
Yes, correct. So this is, I mean, I've also seen this referred to as an Ultra set before, but I think the current term I've seen more is Grandmaster set.
Okay.
And that is where you have one of every single card associated with the expansion. So all the promo cards, all the different stamp variations. So you might have some of the cards might have a Halloween stamp, depending if they're in that set. The pre-release, obviously, any Black Star promos, which were released as part of the boxes, the collection boxes in this set. There are a whole bunch of different things. And those can get very, very expensive. So at the moment with 151, there are the 2 Voltorbs, which have the Professor League? Is it Professor Promo? What is it called?
Don't know.
Professor Program, there it is.
Professor
Program stamp on it. There are 2 of them, and they're both about $1,000 US.
Oof, okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is, number 5, Grandmaster sets, very rare and hard to find, and would be very expensive.
Yeah, usually it's very, very expensive to complete, because then you've got all the staff stamp variations and a whole bunch of different things that come into it. But the 151 is particularly expensive because it's such a popular set. And those 2 cards, yeah, they're hard to get your hands on. Some people don't. I think the only reason those 2 Professor Program Voltorbs are so popular is because they're part of 151.
Right.
Usually a Professor Program will range anywhere between $20 and $200, just because it's not that popular.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are the different sets that you can see, or different connotations with sets, let's say. Then we have miscellaneous sets. So these aren't part of the regular expansion sets that you'll see.
Mm-hmm.
These are like little cute subsets most of the time, if you will.
So would, like, for example, the McDonald's sets fall under this category?
Correct, absolutely it would. I just refuse to put McDonald's in here because I hate them with a passion. But yes, that would absolutely fall into this category.
Halloween?
Halloween would not.
Oh, so that goes in the previous one?
No.
Oh.
No, that's after.
Okay.
And we'll get to why that is. So the reason why we've got them as miscellaneous sets is because they're all numbered as part of the same set.
Okay.
So there'll be, like, for example, you can see there are 5 futsal cards there. That's 1 of 5, 2 of 5, 3 of 5, 4 of 5, and 5 of 5. They're all within the same one. You've got a whole range of different little sets like this. You've got the Pop series. That's got 9 different sets in it, which are all 1 of 17 cards. You have the Pokemon Rumble, which is directly underneath there. And then below you, Dave, that is the Southern Island set.
Oh, okay.
Which has 18 cards in it. And again, they're all 1 of 18, 2 of 18, etc. There's a Classic Collection, which has its own 3 little sets in there for the water, fire, and grass.
The one with the nice black box.
Correct, yes, the huge black box. And then lastly, which you touched on before, that was worth mentioning here, are the Black Star promos. And my personal favourite.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think if I were only going to collect one thing in Pokemon, it would be the Black Star promos.
Fair enough. I mean, it's good because, there's a reason why they're called Black Star promos, because they're very different. They have a variety of designs and characters.
Yep. So
it's pretty fun to collect, but hard to get.
I don't think it's too bad. Like, I'd say 90% of them are quite affordable when they first come out.
When that's the thing, when they first come out.
Yeah.
If you're trying to buy older cards from the Black Star promo ones.
The original Black Star promos, yeah.
It's going to cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah, it adds up pretty quickly, especially some of them. But if you can get your hands on them when they first release, they're usually, quite affordable. So I'd highly, highly recommend those. And as you mentioned it already, that you just get a large variety of cards. You have some pretty, I should say, more common looking, but with hollows in them, and then you get a lot of cool full arts and half arts, just awesome variations, secret rare looking ones. They can be a little bit more expensive individually if you have the World Championship cards, which every year there's one of those, which will usually be like a Pikachu involved with a bunch of other starters. And if you get the staff variants, it can add up a little bit for sure, but if you kind of stick to the majority of the cards being under around $10 when they first release, it's pretty good.
Okay.
That's my recommendation there. So yeah, as I mentioned, they have to be numbered in the same set, and they tend to be smaller. The Black Star promos are a little bit different. They get
just
up
have
to
a number that keeps going up.
Exactly, yeah. And they get up to around 200, but they're all part of, like, Scarlet and Violet. It's SVP 001, 002, etc. So it goes up. There's no out of, especially. I just don't think they know how many they're going to do.
No, because they'll just release as they go on a whim.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, and that takes us into the last part, collections.
Mm-hmm.
Collection sets, I don't know how to term this. I'm just going in with collections. So this is where you have cards that will be stamped usually, with which are part of other sets. And I think this is a cool way to collect as well.
So they use card designs from different, a variety of or various different sets.
Yeah, from various expansion sets, exactly. So you can see away from both of us to
the Play Pokemon one.
Yeah, the prize pack. Oh no, is that direction?
that
direction. Yeah. They are from the Charizard there is from what was Darkness Ablaze, and it's got that little Play Pokemon logo, exactly. And then the Rayquaza, I think, is from Evolving Skies or whatever the case is. So they're from different expansion sets, but when they start putting that stamp on them, they sort of become part of a collection in their own right. Now, that Charizard, for example, would also be part of the Grandmaster set for Darkness Ablaze.
Yeah, if you were,
If you were collecting that. Then you have an old school Wizards of the Coast W stamped.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
Yeah, so some of them are quite expensive now, obviously. And then you mentioned the Halloween set, so I think that's another good example, because you have a lot of common cards in the Halloween packs, and they just have that little Pikachu pumpkin.
It's kind of cute.
Yeah, and again, those cards will come from a variety of different sets, usually within the same generation or same era of Pokemon, same series, so Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet, whatever the case is.
So would the Christmas Advent Calendar box would also fit in this?
Exactly, yeah, because it has cards from different sets, just with the snowflake stamp on it.
Okay.
So yeah, they're not numbered as part of the same set, they're usually just linked by the stamp that's on them. And they're also, I think, good because they are quite small. Although the prize pack ones, especially the older ones, can be really expensive because you can only get them if you play the game. You can only get the packs if you play the game.
Right. Yeah.
You're only supposed to get,
yeah,
exactly. You're only supposed to get them that way. I know that other people have ways around that. But yeah, just something to factor in. So Dave, those are the different sets.
It's a lot to get your head wrapped around.
It is, isn't it? It's more complicated. I remember when we first sat down and discussed this, we just thought it was going to be really easy, but let's get us back.
No,
it's not a simple thing, and I know as parents or someone getting back into the set, it can be a lot to navigate. So I'm hoping this kind of gives you a good idea.
I mean, yeah, you went through it pretty good.
Did you learn something?
I did. I didn't know about Grandmaster sets. I didn't know that the Halloween ones fall under a different category.
As I said, the ones, under the collections, it's a bit harder to explain, but I think that's a good way just to term them and to bracket them. But yeah, I mean, as I said, I basically collect across all three of those different categories. These days, prices in the master sets are just getting ridiculous.
Yep.
I remember not that long ago, you could buy them for about $500 Australian. Now, a lot of the newer sets are
1,000 plus.
Oh, comfortably. 2,000 plus, I'd say, is more realistic. Occasionally, you'll get a set that no one really likes.
So I think the most recent one is Obsidian Flames?
Obsidian Flames, and also Stellar Crowns.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I just don't think it had that many chase cards in there. I think that's usually what determines it. It doesn't have the same amount of chase cards. Although, I think Obsidian Flames is slept on, in the sense that it does have some very cool...
It does, rares. Actually, yeah.
But, it's illustration rares, you know what I mean. That's a whole nother discussion.
I think we'll save that for another episode.
Yeah, I won't get into that now in terms of secret illustrations, etc. Just know they're basically different terms for the most expensive cards.
Yeah.
Well, usually.
And designs and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I hope that meant something to you and to you guys as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. We're going to do next week, have a quick look at some sealed stuff and some graded stuff just to touch on them.
Yep.
Not my favourite.
No, not our favourite.
Not our favourite, yeah.
Good. Collecting.
Glad you're on board with that. But yeah, anything else to add?
No, that's it.
Fantastic.
Good summary.
Glad to hear. Dave, thank you for your time.
Thank you too.
And we'll see you next week.
Sweet.
See ya. Bye.